A nuclear-powered solution to Western water woes? Let me explain. By now, you may have heard that Lake Powell and Lake Mead, the big reservoirs here in the West, are running out of water. That's because the Colorado River has less water in it thanks to ongoing drought and long-term climate change. And there are solutions that exist to solve this problem that is imperiling the lives of millions of Americans and billions of dollars worth of agriculture. Some of those solutions, pretty far out there. Now, conservationists would say, let's just use less water, right? Let's have less growth in the desert. Let's grow less thirsty crops like alfalfa. Maybe let's eat less beef because cows are raised on the alfalfa that uses all the water. That is an option, but it is not a super popular option out here in the West where ranching remains a big part of our lives. There are solutions that are more expensive, that are more complicated. You could build a pipeline from the Great Lakes all the way across the Midwest to Arizona, across the Continental Divide. That would be a solution. Hugely expensive, very complicated, but it would be a solution. And that's not even the craziest. The next one is a series of nuclear-powered desalination plants off the coast of California. Like, think 8 giant factories turning salty ocean water into drinking water and water for irrigating crops. That actually is a proposal that has been suggested and has been pushed for members of Congress to seriously consider. And then there's the really out there one, which is floating icebergs from Antarctica or Alaska down the coast or up the coast to California. They would literally haul these giant chunks of ice to the coast and then mine them for fresh water and ship it inland. A lot of technical details to be solved to do something like that. Not the least of which is the iceberg would be melting the entire time it's underway. And how would it get underway? Well, you would need a lot of towboats, very powerful towboats, huge amount of fuel. But one solution that was suggested at one point, people did look into this. Could you take nuclear-powered icebreakers and use them to haul these icebergs to California? It seems like a far-out solution. It seems like a crazy solution or a very expensive solution. But these days, with water being a hot commodity, as they say, well, a lot of options are on the table.